It's the 2023 Pichu London Cup Series playoffs, and today we're at the Charlotte Roval for the round of 12 cutoff race. After this race, we'll know the 8 drivers that will advance into the next round and which 4 will be eliminated. Tyler Reddick led the field down to the green flag from pole position, but we already have a first caution right out of the gate. As Austin Cindric goes around with Andy Lally making contact, both of them spin exiting the chicane. That brought out the first caution of the race. Reddick would take the lead again from Christopher Bell, but exiting the chicane on the restart, he hits the wall, and Christopher Bell takes advantage and takes the lead away from Reddick. Kyle Busch and Bubba Wallace both were able to get by the 45, as the 45 had a miscue exiting the chicane. But a caution would come out again for the 7 car, Corey LaJoie, as he goes around and gets hit from behind. This will take a big hit in his chances to advance into the next round. He came in below the cut line in this race, but it looks like with that spin, it might put him out of the next round. On the restart, 20 car has a problem. He stalls into the track before entering turn 1. Something goes wrong with the 20 on the restart, and he has to be teleported to pit road. Christopher Bell was off to a good start from the race lead, but then something goes wrong on the restart and stalls onto the track. The 20 car unfortunately not able to get fired up, and so he'll have to be teleported onto pit road. It sure would have been helpful with those DeWalt tools lying around to help fix his car. Battle for the lead between Kyle Busch and his former teammate Denny Hamlin. Kyle Busch takes a good run off the final corner and he takes the lead from the 11, but a caution would come out just shortly after as Michael McDowell goes for a spin. Not sure why that would bring out the caution, but it is what it is. The track is very sensitive with cautions and whatnot, so you're going to see a lot more cautions than usual here at this track. The 91 car, Mike Rockenfeller, also goes for a spin. He's running in the final race of the season for Project 91, but not a good start for the 91 team as Mike Rockenfeller stalls into the chicane while trying to make a turn. The 23 was not able to avoid the 91 time, and he gets a bad run into the chicane. Christopher Bell goes up in smoke. First his car stalled out, now his car goes up in smoke, and his race is over. The 20 car will call it a day, and it looks like their title hopes have come to an end. They came in below the cut line in this race needing a good result, but Christopher Bell looks like he's not going to be able to give it to them as he goes up in smoke, and he will be out of this race. Just a terrible day all around for the 20 team. It looks like they will not be advancing to the round of 8. More cars spinning into the chicane with Austin Hill and AJ Allmendinger hard braking there, and that caution is going to end the first stage. The leaders changed hands a lot during the caution breaks, but the 1 car was at the right place at the right time. As he takes the Stage 1 win here at the Roval, he needed a little bit of help in order to advance into the round of 8, but this will help him out a little bit even though stage points are not awarded in races like these. The 19 car gets into the 2 of Austin Cindric. Cindric goes up into the wall at the start of Stage 2, brings out the caution. Cindric won last week at Talladega, but it looks like he's not going to have the same luck here at the Roval. Just a lot of beating and banging all around here at the Charlotte Roval, and here's more beating and banging with the 11 and the 17. Hamlin goes around, so does Chris Buescher. The 11 car, though, was able to continue, so does the 17. Another few cars spun in front of them, and Kyle Busch was going for the lead, but he goes up in smoke. He blows up before he hits the chicane, and his race is done. As the 41 Ryan Preece misses the turn, spins in front of him, and the 8's day goes from bad to worse. Kyle Busch, though, is out of the race after his engine goes out on him while trying to get the lead from the number 9 Chase Elliott. And just an unfortunate day for the 8 car. Was running in a good race until the engine goes out. The 91 goes for a spin. Mike Rockenfeller was hit from behind by Chase Briscoe, and his day just also goes from bad to worse. A lot of drivers wrecking each other all day here at the Roval. Todd Gilliland's engine goes out on him as well. The 51 car, his engine goes out, and he is also out of this race. A lot of cars with engines going out here at the Roval. The 3 car gets turned around, Austin Dillon, and he's hoping that spin does not hurt his chances to advance into the round of 8. Then a bizarre thing happened on a restart during Stage 2 as Ross Chastain and Ricky Stenhouse Jr. collided with one another in a bizarre way. And I'm not even sure what happened between those two, but both drivers are now out of contention to win this race because of a bizarre incident out of the hands of the officials. But the 2 and the 22 collide as well just a few laps later before the end of stage 2, as the 45 car was able to take the second stage in a sloppy finish here in our second stage at the Roval. Reddick was able to work his way back up to the lead and take the second stage as Cindric and Logano collided before the end of stage 2. And it's just been a sloppy race all around here at the Roval, but it's about to get even more sloppier when Zane Smith and the 78 Josh Bilenki collide with one another. Brings out yet another caution. We had a ton of cautions this track, trust me. But one of the feel-good stories of the race so far is Ryan Vargas, making a Cup Series start with a 3F Racing crew. They're hoping to make more starts together next season. But Ryan Vargas, though, running a pretty good solid race in that part-time entry and a one-off here at the Charlotte Roval, along with the other runoffs, Marco Andretti in the 88 for Junior Motorsports, Austin Hill in the 62 for Beard Motorsports, and Mike Rockenfeller in the 91 for Project 91 Team Trackhouse. For that 91 team, this will be their last race this season. Same for the 62 team. And the 30, this is going to be their only start of the year. They're hoping, again, to expand to a part-time schedule next season, maybe with Ryan Vargas as one of their drivers. Ty Dillon goes for a spin, brings out another caution. This is one of the cautions that should have never happened, honestly. But again, very trigger happy this track is with caution, so it is what it is. This was far from the last caution that would come out in Stage 3 as the 6 and 34 both collided with one another. McDowell and Keselowski spin. Both are able to continue, but another ugly scene in the corners. The 17 car, Chris Buescher, was able to lead while leaders were going in and out of pit road. Another yellow would come out, but Marco Andretti would just avoid being lapped by the 17 of Chris Buescher. His teammate Brad Keselowski, by the way, won a couple weeks back at Texas, so the 17 trying to add a win for himself for the small RFK racing team. The 5 and 16 both collided, both got into the wall between Kyle Larson and AJ Allmendinger, and with just a few laps to go, it would bunch up the drivers for a restart. And again, the leaders would go in and out, but with 2 laps to go, the 54 Ty Gibbs would take the lead. What a phenomenal run this team has had, despite this being their debut year with Ty Gibbs. Gibbs trying to pull off a shocking upset in the championship, and he's 1 lap away from locking his spot into the next round with a win. Ty Gibbs has just been sensational for a rookie, and we look forward to seeing what's more in store for this team next year. White flag waves with Ty Gibbs as the leader, is trying to collect his second win of the season. Believe it or not, this would be his second win of 2023 as he won at North Wilkesboro earlier this season. Ty Gibbs trying to get his spot in with a win, as no playoff driver was able to lock themselves in with a win during this round. It was an up and down round in the round of 12, but Ty Gibbs trying to get that victory just a half a lap away. He's out in front with just a half a lap to go, and he slows down. Something goes wrong with the 54 and loses the lead. Something goes wrong with Ty Gibbs, and he has to be teleported to pit road. A heartbreaker for Ty Gibbs. He was leading the race, and he stalls onto the track. Something goes wrong with the 54, and Chris Buescher retakes the lead on the final lap. The 17 car able to get back in the lead after Ty Gibbs stalls out, half a lap away from the win. Chris Buescher works his way back up, and he's just got a few turns away from collecting another surprising victory. 2 weeks ago, his teammate took the win at Texas. Now he's going to do the same here at the Roval, as Chris Buescher comes off the final turn to take the victory at Charlotte. Chris Buescher wins in a shocking finish. We all thought Ty Gibbs was going to win that race, but he stalls on the track in the final half a lap, and he loses the race on a problem. It's just unbelievable, but Ty Gibbs was able to stay in 5th place. Believe it or not, he finished 5th after all that was sorted out. But Ty Gibbs, man, a heartbreaker, as he almost had the win in the bag, but it gets thrown away as he stalls out on the final lap of the race. Chris Buescher's your winner. Let's check out the points and see who advances to the next round. Alrighty guys, it's time to reveal the 8 drivers that are still alive in the title fight in the 2023 season. The first 5 drivers to advance are Denny Hamlin, Kyle Larson, Martin Truex Jr., Ryan Blaney, and Chase Elliott. The first driver, however, eliminated from the playoffs is Christopher Bell. Finishes 34 points below the cut line. But the 6th driver to lock himself into the next round is Austin Dillon. He had to win the regular season finale just to get in the playoffs, but now he's made his way up to the round of 8, so Austin Dillon's title hopes are still alive. The 2nd driver eliminated from the playoffs is Joey Logano. Logano finished 12 points below the cut line, and the 22 team will not go for a championship. The 7th driver in the playoffs to advance into the next round is Ty Gibbs. The rookie was just able to get enough points to make it to the next round. Despite that disaster at the Roval, he was just able to earn enough points to make it to the round of 8. So Ty Gibbs' impressive rookie season will continue with a chance for a championship. The 3rd driver, however, that has been eliminated from the playoffs is Corey LaJoie. LaJoie came up 11 points below the cut line and came up short on his quest for a magical championship run. But what a run it was for the 7 team. They went far into the round of 12 and a lot to be proud of, but LaJoie's championship hopes come to an end. It's going to come down to 2 drivers now for the final spot between Alex Bowman and Ross Chastain. One of them finished 8 above the cut line, the other finished 8 below the cut line. The final driver to lock his spot to the round of 8 is Ross Chastain. The 1 team will continue their quest for a championship as Chastain is in and Bowman is out. Here are your final results heading into the round of 8 and the cut line. 8 points separated Ross Chastain and Alex Bowman in the final transfer spot. So Chastain stays alive, Bowman is out. And Ty Gibbs, Austin Dillon, Chase Elliott, Ryan Blaney, Truex Jr., Larson, and Hamlin all still alive for the championship. We'll see you next week as we kick off the round of 8 at Las Vegas. Until next time, we will see you later.